What is up, boyos? So, kind of a, big announcement today. DC Fandome is happening October 16th. Very exciting stuff. They dropped a little trailer, which we should watch together. Yeah, so they dropped this little trailer here. It's kind of quiet, huh?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Just a little thing, kind of stuff we've seen before.
Things will never be the same.
Yeah, so DC Fandome is happening, and last year was pretty sick. Of course, last year we got the reveals of Gotham City Knights and the new game by Rocksteady. What's that game called? Oh yeah, The Suicide Squad, right? Yeah, we got this little trailer last year, if you remember. We can just skip to some of the exciting stuff. Very, very cool stuff shown off last year. And I'm excited. I'm excited for DC Fandome to come back. I think DC is doing some really cool stuff right now. We just got the release of The Suicide Squad, which was a great movie. We got the Joker not too long ago. We got Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Seems like they're still kind of doing their DCEU, which are the kind of Snyderverse, I guess. Because that Flash movie with Ezra Miller is still happening. We've got Black Adam coming, which seems to be connected to the Snyderverse. So, big prediction, maybe we'll see Henry Cavill announced to be in that movie, because that would be pretty fucking cool to see Henry Cavill return as Superman. Over here at comicbook.com, we've got this list here. DC Fandome 2021 is expected to feature casts and creators from an array of DC-inspired projects. Some of movies, an exclusive new trailer for The Batman, which is going to be awesome. New content for DC League of Super Pets. A first look at Black Adam, which is that new movie with The Rock, where I am speculating that Henry Cavill may be in that. A sneak peek of The Flash, which Henry Cavill may be in that. We've already got confirmed that Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman in The Flash. And behind the scenes looks at Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. So that's awesome. Looks like DC is sort of continuing their DCEU properties, like I mentioned earlier, while continuing to branch out and try different things, which I think is so awesome. Like, we get the Batman with Robert Pattinson, which is gonna be awesome, hopefully, but then we still get the Flash and Aquaman and Shazam, which are all kind of part of the DCEU. So it's exciting stuff indeed. Then back at comicbook.com, television, an exclusive look at HBO Max's Peacemaker, DMZ, Aquaman King of Atlantis, and Batman Caped Crusader. Surprises from new series, as well as new looks at returning HBO Max favorites Doom Patrol, Titans, Harley Quinn, and Young Justice Phantoms. Looks at new seasons of the CW's Batwoman, The Flash, Superman and Lois, and Netflix's Sweet Tooth. A farewell tribute to Supergirl, a 100th episode celebration of Legends of Tomorrow, a first look at Naomi, and a sneak peek at Stargirl. All really cool stuff over there at the movies. I love what DC is doing with their properties. It looks like all this stuff on HBO Max is like their quality shit. We get Peacemaker, and today we got a tweet from James Gunn talking about how one of the characters who we all assumed was dead is not dead. That being Nathan Fillion's character. That, of course, being the detachable kid, Nathan Fillion's character. So my suspicion is that we're going to see him in the Peacemaker series. DMZ is the next thing that they talked about. DMZ is a show based on a comic book. I've never heard of this comic book before, but it's got Rosario Dawson in it. So for that, sounds good. Excited to see more about that. Aquaman King of Atlantis is this new miniseries, which I hadn't heard of until I was kind of looking over all this stuff earlier. And it's got this really neat looking art style here. And actually James Wan is working on this. So I'm actually kind of curious to check this out. I don't know if it's going to be in the vein of like Harley Quinn. It looks like it's going to be more kid friendly than Harley Quinn. But, if it's on HBO Max and it's animated, I'm excited to see what's entailed with this show. And Batman Caped Crusader, which of course is a new animated series by Bruce Timm, who did Batman the animated series. Which, yeah, I'm excited to see more on this. It almost like I'm not totally sure what it is exactly. Yeah, so that's gonna be really, really cool. Excited to see what that's all about. I love this like promotional imaging going on here. Like that looks so cool. Very excited. DC continues to always outdo Marvel when it comes to animated stuff. They always have. They probably always will. I know Marvel has started to dip their toes into animation a bit with the What If series, but DC's been killing it for years. Favorites like Doom Patrol, which I have seen the first season of Doom Patrol and I liked it a lot. Titans, which I have not seen, but I've heard okay things about. I've heard it's just sort of okay. And Harley Quinn, which honestly, the Harley Quinn show, it's amazing. If you haven't watched it, you really should. This is one of my favorite little clips from it.
Oh, what'd that do?
I don't know.
Oh no, Carl! I'm so sorry. It's a cancer ray. Harley Quinn, you came with cancer.
Why would they even?
Just it's a really funny show. You should definitely watch it. It's very, very good. Kaylee Cuoco is amazing as Harley Quinn. And the relationship between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy are incredible. All-star voice cast. It's just a really great show, and I am so excited for season 3. And Young Justice Phantoms seems to be a continuation of Young Justice, which was a huge hit over on Cartoon Network back in the day, I believe. It's a little after my time, Teen Titans was sort of my shit, but I guess Young Justice is a bit more serious than the Teen Titans show, but people really love that show. I have not watched it, but I hear it's great. The CW shows are returning, some of them. We've got Batwoman, which I've heard is notoriously bad. The Flash, I liked the first season of The Flash, but it got really, really bad. Superman and Lois, I've heard surprisingly good things about, but it is a CW show. I expect nothing but a downward hill for Superman and Lois. So we'll see what happens there. But and then of course Netflix's Sweet Tooth, which I still need to see that show. I hear the comics amazing. I actually want to read the comics a lot too. I actually didn't realize Sweet Tooth was a DC property. Yeah, Sweet Tooth is, the show with the kid with the antlers and shit. I don't know too much about it. All I know is that it reminds me of the music video of Sugar We're Going Down, the dude. A farewell tribute to Supergirl. I guess Supergirl is ending. Atrocious show. I watched the first season. I liked the first season of that show just for how stupid it was. I stopped after that, and I heard it has just gotten worse and worse and worse, which is too bad because I really like the actor who plays Supergirl. But oh well. A 100th episode of Celebration of Legends of Tomorrow, which is insane to me because I remember when that show premiered, and I can't believe there's 100 episodes of that show. I remember that show being extremely underwhelming as well. A lot of the CW shows are extremely underwhelming, but they have their audience, you know. And a first look at Naomi, which I guess is going to be a show based off of this character here. I don't know too much about this character. Naomi McDuffie, also known as Powerhouse, is a fictional superhero appearing in media published by DC Entertainment. The character was created by writer Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, so we're getting a new show like that. And we're also getting a new Stargirl show, which is going to be cool as well. Of course, the video games, as I mentioned before, new reveals for Gotham Knights, which was supposed to be released this year, but got pushed to next year. And Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is the game by Rocksteady. And they're famous for making the Arkham games. So very excited to see more on that game. I'm also excited to see that game is going to be pushed to 2023 because let's be honest, it's going to be pushed to 2023. And there's going to be panels for Batman, Fear State, Black Manta, Wonder Woman Historia, all sorts of different comic stuff. So very, very exciting stuff. Additionally, DC announced that a separate DC Kids Fandome will launch simultaneously, where they're going to talk about Teen Titans Go, DC Superhero Girls, Batwheels. So that's cool. They're trying to remember, hey, I know a lot, because DC is starting to, it's starting to skew a little bit older, right? Like you got Joker and movies like that, Harley Quinn, even Justice League and the Suicide Squad. And then, of course, the video games like Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. These things are all skewing a bit older, but I think they're wanting to remember where their roots are, which are kids. Comic books were originally for kids, so it's important to remember that. So that's cool. For the first time, the main DC Fandome 2021 experience will also be available to stream on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, allowing fans to access the epic event more ways than ever before. Fans can already register for free at DC Fandome, so that's really cool. It does look like these big movie companies and I guess like nerd culture things are starting to look at video games and how video game conferences do their reveals, and they're starting to mimic that a bit. I think that may be like the best thing to come from COVID, as horrible as that sounds, that it kind of forced these things that are normally like conventions for in-person, and they kind of reveal stuff and then it kind of trickles out. This kind of shows like, hey, there are better ways to announce your products than at a Comic-Con panel that only, maybe a few thousand people will see, but now you can stream that stuff on Twitch and you could potentially get millions and millions of views on that. So it's really good for marketing. It's really good for us because it's just like exciting to see all this stuff coming from DC. I'm a huge DC fan myself. I do think a lot of the movies has been rocky in the relative history, recently, but it does seem that DC is out there doing good stuff, doing bad stuff, and we're going to see more of it when DC Fandome starts. I'm very excited. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Over the past couple weeks, we've been diving into the box office. I didn't really do that this week. I didn't think the box office was too interesting this week. But next week, I think it will be interesting to go back and look at the box office, considering that Shang-Chi is coming out this weekend, and it is not getting a Disney Plus release. It is getting a theaters only release. So this is a sort of test for Disney, I suppose, to see if we can just start releasing things in theaters, not having day and dates with the streaming services, and we'll see how that pays out for them. I hope it does well. I'm a huge fan of the theaters. I hope the theaters start requiring you to prove that you're vaccinated, because I would love to go to the theater and take off my mask. If you are not vaccinated, go get vaccinated. Don't be an idiot. And with that, I love you. Please subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment. What are you guys excited to see, man? DC Fandome is gonna be a good time. I'm excited. Get hyped. Peace out.